Alright, next time I'll hit pause instead of stop when I say I'll be right back. Alright, so I've counted and I have 24 on this round, which is what we're supposed to have. But while I was right after I was counting, I looked up the name of the book that I was talking about a few minutes ago, and it's called As You Wish, and it's definitely worth a read. You can find it probably in on Amazon or something pretty cheap. It's definitely worth a read. I think even Maggie, or yeah, I think Maggie would get a kick out of it. So we're just joining right now, by the way. And then the next one we're going to do chain 3, and we're going to double crochets in the same places as join, so that's our increase. So this chain 3 and then this double crochet into the same place as the join is our first increase, just like it was with our previous round. And then we're going to go double crochet, and double crochet, and each of those 3 double crochets is in its own stitch. So here and here, it's going into the 4 stitches, first 4 stitches. All right, so, and then we're going to repeat that, increase, double, double, double. So chain 3 and increase into the same space, or double crochet, and that counts as our increase. Yeah. Move this stitch marker, not here where we just finished, but here. We go right into there, and double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. Was not flipping anyone off just then. It was just the most convenient finger to use. Double into the next stitch, and a double into the next stitch. Oh, they're doing the sword fight in The Princess Bride right now, FYI. And I think they are still using, yep, they're using their left hands. I know something you don't know. Oh. Rob Reiner, you freaking cinematic genius. You wrapped all of this wonder into a single movie, and it could have been done so poorly, but you did it so greatly. You the man. I know you hear it all the time. Hell, I don't even know if you'll hear me say it. But if you ever hear it, you know, you the man. Hit in the head with the sword. Mm. Robin Wright told a story about Andre the Giant one time that said she said it was really cold when they were filming, and they would try to keep blankets and stuff, but she was so cold. But Andre the Giant would just put his giant hand on her head and help keep her warm. And it's just stories like that are it's so wonderful to think in. Even Hollywood, the biggest and the strongest, is still just a really good, super great guy at heart. I've never heard a bad story about Andre the Giant. Alright. We are to the end of our round. Alright, let's make sure. We're supposed to have 30 stitches this round. I hope I have 30 this time.
You'll put down your rock and I'll put down my sword and try and kill each other like civilized people. I can kill you now. Frankly, I think the odds are slightly in your favor at hand fighting. It's my fault being the biggest and the strongest.
29, 30. I have 30. I have 30. Alright. So now we can go on to the next okay. I had to read to. So what this is doing is putting your increase in a different place in each row so that it doesn't come out kind of squarish. It'll come out more circular. So I can show you with this done one. Here's row 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4. Row 4 is what we're getting ready to do. So, here's an increase from row 3. You can see it here. These 2 stitches into one. And instead of having another increase like right below it, what they've done on this next one is they've moved it over a few stitches. So it's here and here. So they've moved the increase around to where it makes a more circular shape instead of having them stack up here and kind of be pointed. Good job, pattern makers. Sorry that I had to nerd out and explain that to you, but it was important for you to understand why I had to look at this line for and count here and make sure that there was 4. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, I'm going to join this into this, and we're going to get going with that next round. I almost called it a row because I like to party. That's not true. I don't party. This is partying to me. Yay, crochet. Having a hard time getting my hook into the hole. So I didn't make that chain very big, and I'm regretting that decision. Whatever. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that out. And go for gold, man. There's 1/2. Oh. Here we go. Well, since we're not increasing into that, that works out for us anyways. So we'll join and we'll chain 3 and we'll mark that top third one. 1, 2, and we're going to make this one a little bit bigger because I didn't like having that problem. Stupid. There we go. Alright. Double crochet into the next stitch. So not here where we joined, into the next stitch, which is here. So this is where we joined, and we're going to go here. Get in your hole. Thank you.
I'm afraid so. I can't compete with you physically, and you're no match for my brain. You're that smart.
Alright, and here's where our repeat starts. For this, excuse me, this round, we're going to increase, and then we're going to do double, 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 double. increase 2, 3, 4, 5, increase double 2, 3, 4. However you need to think about it. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do that 5 times around. So here's our first increase. I'm gonna have to adjust my camera angle again because I want to be down here and that's not in the middle of the frame for you. So hold please. Oh yeah. Magical. Alright. I like this I don't know, it's not terribly steady, but for what I'm doing, this phone holder camera rig thing, it does the job. I'm not a pro. It's cool. Oh man, you guys can see that so much easier now. And yeah, I say you guys, and I know that I'm making these videos with the intention that my sister watches them. So if you're not my sister and you're watching this, how the fuck did you find it? Number one. Number two, like, say hello or give me a high five or a like or something, man. You know? Don't just be creeping, you fucking weirdos. That make me laugh. Alright, so we did our increase, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, and we're going to do that all over again. Increase.
Because iocane comes from Australia, as everyone knows. And Australia is entirely people with criminals. And criminals are used to having people not trust them as you are not trusted by
And
me.
then 4 double crochets.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect. Wait till I get going. Where was I? Australia. Yes, Australia. And you must have suspected I would have known the powder's origin, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me. You're just stalling now. You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? You've beaten my giant.
See, even thread. Thread gives me a hard time. It wants to slide off my hook and shit.
Clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you've also bested my Spaniard, which means you must have studied, and in studying you must have learned that man is mortal, so you would have put the poison as far from yourself as possible, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me. You're trying to trick me into giving away something.
It won't work.
It has worked. You've given everything away. I know where the poison is. Then make your choice. I will, and I choose. What in the world can that be?
Alright, that was our increase. Just making sure I wasn't wrong there.
I don't see anything.
4 double crochets.
I saw something. No matter. What's so funny? I'll tell you in a minute. First, let's drink. Me from my class, and you from yours.
So increase 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets. Another increase.
You only think I guessed wrong. That's what's so funny. I switched glasses when your back was turned. Ha ha, you fool. You fell victim to one of the classic blunders. The most famous is never get involved in a land war in Asia. But only slightly less well known is this.
Never
go in against the Sicilian
when death is on the line. Oh. One, two, three, and then here's 4.
That is all you ever need know.
All right, let's see. How many increases have we done? Because I don't count. So there's 1. There's 2. I don't know. Can you see that that's an increase? Do you see the difference? So here's your first increase. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's that second one. It kind of looks like a little V if you're looking at it. You see? Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4. We'll do 5. We're going to do one more.
Promise it will make you very funny, Linus.
I was giving you a chance. It's not matter where you take me. There's no greater hunter than Prince Humperdinck. He can track a falcon on a cloud. find you.
You think your dearest love will save you?
I never said he was my dearest love. And yes, he will save me. That I know.
You admit to me you do not love your fiancé.
He knows I do not love him.
I'm not capable of love, is what you mean.
I have loved more deeply than a killer like yourself could ever dream.
That was a warning, Highness. The next time my hand flies on a towel for where I come from, there are penalties when a woman lies.
All right. So that was our 5th increase in 4 double crochets. So next we're going to increase and then double crochet and double crochet. So we should have 3 stitches left. Let's make sure we're not crazy here. 1, 2, 3 stitches left. Woot woot! So increase, double, and double. And what that does is it brings us back to the beginning, where if we were to start at this next increase we're going to do, we're going to have 4 double crochets in between this first one and this last one. So here's your increase, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes back to our increase with 4 pattern. It's pretty cool. Yay, maths and science too, because technically if you think about it, we're like 3D printing with cotton right now. Cotton and a stick. It's pretty freaking neat. I mean, granted, it's not like super duper fancy fantastic, but it's pretty cool. We're making things. Sorry, I had a kid walk in the room. Had to pause on you. Oh. Alright, so I didn't count this round, but I should. Because, yeah, we should always count our work. Make sure that we're doing good quality work. Plus, you know, if you don't count and you mess up, like I did that first one, you gotta pull it all out. That's bullshit, and it sucks. So, anyway, let's count. $35, $36. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank the Lord. I had a feeling that it was going to be right because of the way that this previous round worked out. But, you know, we always got to be thorough. That's why I said thorough. Oh, look at that. I made that loop bigger and it was easier to get in there. You ever have a problem doing that? Just make sure you make that loop a little bit bigger and you'll be cool. I had a sip of RC while I was talking to my son, and excuse me, I burped. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we chained 3 for the next round, but we didn't go over what's happening in the next round yet, now did we? How rude. Let me go ahead and mark this real quick. Alright, so what's happening in the next round is that we're going to double crochet around. That's it. 1 stitch for a stitch. So that first one goes into where we joined. The next one goes here into the top of this next stitch. Not here where we joined, but here. So, oh, they're in the fire swamp, guys. They're in the fire swamp. Uh-oh, my phone battery is dying. This is not good prognosis. It says 15%, and I don't know how fast it drains while it's recording video. I got nothing. So we're just gonna single crochet around, or not single crochet, double crochet around. My bad. I didn't mean to confuse you. Please don't single crochet around. It'll look weird and really small. It won't fit the ball.
So we sailed ashore, took an entirely new crew, and he stayed aboard for a while as first mate. All the time calling me Roberts. Once the crew believed, he left the ship and I have been Roberts ever since. Except now that we're together, I shall retire and hand the name over to someone else. Have I been clear to you?
Quicksand. Get in your home. Oh, so slippery. This movie lied to us about quicksand. That quicksand looks very, very dry. Quicksand is like water with sand on top of it, floating on top of it. Hashtag lies and deceit. But still, one of the best movies of all time. You won't change my mind. It's in my top like 5.
I'll never succeed. We may as well die here.
Oh, snap. Got it. Got it.
What are the 3 terrors of the first one? 1, the flames burn. No problem. There's a popping sound preceding each, we can avoid that. 2, the lightning sand, which you were clever enough to discover with that, looks like, so let's
Ah,
see if we can avoid that.
lightning sand,
Leslie,
not quicksand.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
That's a very big ROUS. They're bigger than groundhogs. And groundhogs can get like really big too. I've seen a groundhog bigger than a house cat. So like over 20 pounds. That's toddler sized. Or, yeah, I guess you, yeah, like, yeah. Toddlers just have longer legs than groundhogs do. And arms. But smaller teeth. Wait, no, the humans have smaller teeth. That's what I meant. It's so stupid. God. Oh, Wesley's done put the ROUS on fire. He's gonna stab him. This noise that these things make when he kills it is just the weirdest. Alright, so we're gonna go around here and look. Make sure we didn't skip any spaces. I don't know, I kind of feel like I might have.
we did it.
Is that so terrible?
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna count. Sorry I count silently, but you are more than welcome to count along with me.
Surrender. You mean you wish to surrender to me? Very well, I accept. I give you full marks for bravery. Don't make yourself a fool. Ah, but how will you capture us? We know the secrets of the fire swamp. We can live there quite happily for some time, so whenever you feel like dying, feel free to visit. I tell you once again, surrender.
35, 36. Oh yeah. Alright, so that was round 5.
If we surrender,
Double crocheted around and 32. Okay, so the next one, we're gonna start getting smaller. So yeah, this is gonna start getting smaller. Right now it looks like a little tiny hat. Yes, it does. Could be like a Barbie hat. But anyway, Barbie'd have some really big hair. Oh. Sorry guys, I gotta move this again. Still in the wrong spot. Hold. Ah. God. Alright.
Must get you to your ship. We are men of action.
There we go. Sorry about all the movement. I probably could have paused it for that, but then you would have missed the excitement of all of the movement. I had to experience it. You did too. Alright, we're going to join into this where the stitch marker's at. Boom. Alright, so the way Alright, so this one is doing the same thing that row 4 did. So this is going to have a stitch and then a decrease, and then 4 stitches and a decrease 5 times, and then it'll have 1, 2, 3 double crochets and a join. So really, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a decrease, just like we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a decrease. We're just starting at 3 or at 4 and a decrease, and we'll go 1, 2, 3 at the end. Okay, so if you look at it like music composition, this would be a pickup note, and this would be and 1, or 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this easy for you, but I feel like I'm probably confusing you a little bit. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Alright, so I've already joined. Chain 3 for our first, to count as our first stitch. But before I move my stitch marker, I'm going to show you again, we're not going to start this decrease here. We're going to start it here. So, not where the stitch marker is, but here. I'm going to redo, I guess, those last 2 chains, since I pulled 2 instead of 1 out. I wanted that a little bit bigger. There we go.
Hold it, Grandpa. You read that wrong. She doesn't need comforting.
Alright, so now we start our first increase, or decrease rather. So, I don't know if you know how to do a decrease, but here's a quick refresher. A decrease, a double crochet decrease is a yarn over and go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go through 2, and then yarn over again, go into the next stitch and pull up a loop, and then go through 2 loops, and then go through. So what we have here on the hook is the bottom of 2 double crochets, and instead of having 2 double crochets, we're gonna make that into 2 double crochets on the top. We're gonna make it into 1 double crochet. So that's our decrease part. So we still have 2 bottoms, but we're only gonna have 1 top. So this closes that up and makes the opposite of an increase. So the increase V's, we'll go back and look at this right here. The increased V's go upward like this. Their point is at the bottom. The decreased V's are at the top. Okay? So you got two bottoms and one top here. So that's decrease. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets and then another decrease. So we'll go through that decrease again together on the next decrease. So let's do 4 double crochets.
See, didn't I tell you she'd never marry that rotten Humperdinck?
It comes to this. I love Wesley. I always have. I know now I always will. If you tell me I must marry you in 10 days, please believe I will be dead by morning.
Uh-oh. I dropped it. I dropped it again. There we go.
Consider our wedding off.
Alright. So.
Return this Wesley to his ship.
Alright, so here's our first stitch.
We will simply alert him.
Here's our decrease. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to decrease again. So yarn over.
You who did the leaving and
Go into the next stitch.
not to mention
Pull up a loop.
pirates not known.
Draw it through 2 here. Yarn over again into the next stitch. Pull up a loop. Go through 2 loops. So there's our 2 bottoms right there. And we're going to make 1 top when we go through all 3 loops.
I'll send my 4 fastest ships
So there's another
one in
V.
each direction. The Dread Pirate Roberts is always close to Florin this time of year. So run up the white flag and deliver your message.
There's the V right there.
Bless you.
So, yeah. And we'll continue 4 double crochets in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3,
Quite a winning creature. Simple, perhaps, but appeal is undeniable. No, the people are quite taken.
4.
It's odd. But when I hired Vizzini to have her murdered on our engagement day, I thought that was clever. But it's going to be so much more moving when I strangle her on our wedding night. Once Gilda is
Alright,
back,
and then
the nation will be
another
truly
decrease.
outraged
So go through, drop a loop, and pull through 2. Go through, pull the loop, and then through 2, and then through 3. I'm going to watch the video screen next time I do that decrease to make sure that you're able to see it.
Tyrone,
1,
you know how much I love watching you work. But I've got my country's 500th anniversary to plan, my king to arrange, my wife to murder, and Gilda to frame for it. I'm swamped.
I'm swamped.
Get some rest. You haven't got your health. You haven't got anything.
God, I love this movie. So funny. Oh, interesting fact. The Count. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. Morgan. You play this game better than I do. He knows his name. I'm not good with names as far as actors go. But anyways, the guy that played the Count with the six-fingered man, he is married to Jamie Lee Curtis, and they have been married happily for years and years and years. And that's really cool in Hollywood. Oh, this is that decrease. So wait, let me go back. Make sure you guys can see this on the screen. All right.